I needed to hop on as soon as I got back from university today because I just got one of the craziest encounters, just examples of God moving in my life that I've ever gotten. And I tried to record this on my phone and the walk back, but storage was making it difficult. I couldn't record the full video, couldn't get my full point across. But it's just wow. Like God, like no one can tell me that God isn't real. No one can tell me that God doesn't move in people's life in a specific way for them to be in along a specific path. I'll start from the start of the day. In fact, I'll start going back to 2 weeks ago, but I'll start from mainly today. I have been financially struggling this year. This year, it's been a struggle. I haven't had the money to be able to like buy. I've had enough money to be able to get by. All right, but bills, things just to pay for, responsibilities is just helping my mom with things, helping my brother with paying for things. It's just left me in a place where I don't have much money at all. Like right now, I have zero pounds, 0 cents to my name, bro. 0 pence to my name. Like absolutely niche to my name, and we'll get to that. I remember 2 weeks ago I was rolling around with 85 pence. I have a job. Thank God I have a job. I'm able to go to work, save up my money, and do well with that, right? Just get by with that. But right now is definitely a season where I just don't have much money at all. This links to my trading journey because I'm currently my goal. One of my goals is just to save up for a funded account in the 3 months leading up to the April the 9th, which is the 3 months I gave myself to remain profitable. I've been saving up for a funded account challenge, a 200k, which was roughly around £950. So in the last few weeks, I've been when I get paid from work, I'll just put some money into my. I have a trading 212 cash ISA. I just put the money in there. Interest adds on every single day, and up until yesterday, I had about, or up until last week, I made about £450 saved from the last few weeks at work, which is good, well, and I've been able to just live off, maybe like the 50 or £100 that I'd gotten to be able to just get by, and it's been a struggle, but I've been saving up for this account, and this is what I want to do. I want to save up for that account, and sometimes you just have to make sacrifices, and that's one of them. Like I could have easily, and in years gone by, I would have just left it alone. I would have had the ambition to go for the funded account, but I would have let spending money on fast food, spending money on, things that I didn't need, Amazon, eBay, all of this stuff, just to buy stuff and waste my money and just take longer to get there. But I understood if I really wanted this, I'd just have to save up. And that's what I've been doing. It's been challenging, and I've started to pay for things like today as well, like in emergency cases like today. But it's been worth it. Like, and if I hadn't been saving up in that time, I don't know what would have happened. Like, I don't know how I would have been able to get through today. But going into today, right? My mum messaged like father. The first messages I see, I pray, I read my Bible. First message I see off the bat, waking up in the morning. Mum sends me a message saying, "Joshua, can you send me £600? I need to pay for a rent for my building for my office, right?" I'm like, yo, fairs man, because she put £700 for me to put away in my credit account. She wanted initially £700. I'll get into why I couldn't get the full amount yet. That's what she asked for, £700, and she gave it to me to keep in my credit card. My credit card. I'm like, cool. I don't spend money on my credit card. The only expense that I have in the last few weeks was a men's conference that my church was hosting because I couldn't. I didn't want to pay using my actual bank card because I had a meeting. Not a meeting. I was meeting someone early late in the day, and I wanted to be able to have enough money to be able to spend on my normal account. Anyways, yada yada yada. What for? I only had about £670 in my credit card. So I was gonna transfer that to mom. My mom said, if possible, can you send me £800? But I knew that, and I'll get into it. My parking, I needed to pay for parking at my student accommodation. How long is this? 4 minutes. That's fine. I had to pay for parking at my student accommodation. To it was initially £600 in itself, like £680, £660, something like this. And I was offered before I went on this weekend away that I've been on, which is so blessed. I've been on a weekend away in Wales with my church. It's been blessed. I'll get into that in another story or whatever when I'm speaking about it. But I got back yesterday, and I saw the email saying that I was offered by my accommodation to split into three payments of £206. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is manageable. I can do that because I have money in my savings account, which I'll be able to. So I'm anxious about all of this. I haven't paid any of this yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm thinking over like, wow, all of these things that I need to pay for urgently. Mind you, I had to pay the £600 for parking initially, but I've been kind of putting it off and putting it off because I've also had to pay rent for the my this room that I'm in right now. Thankfully, student finance came in. I was able to use that to pay for rent on top of some money that I used for. This is the things that I've been having, bro. It's been so tough this month with finances, right? Like, oh my goodness, right? Thank God it hasn't affected my trading, my practice for trading. I haven't looked at it being like, oh my God, I need to make it, bro. I need to make it. God has time for everything, bro. But let me get into it. I had to pay for my student room, but I also had to pay for parking, which was £600. The rent for the my room is 3,500. I believe 3,500 each semester. I had to pay that. Student finance was 3,000, so I just had to collect another 500 from work. Cool. I managed to get that through. I managed to pay it. Again, I had to pay another 600. But I couldn't do that, so I've been putting it off. I've been like kind of low-key ignoring the notices because I'm like, yo, I can't pay this right now, I don't have money. And then eventually last week I got the email saying that we can split it into 3 payments of £206 throughout for the next 3 months. I'm like, yeah, that's manageable. I see that email this morning. I'm like, yeah, I replied, can I get the link? And yeah, I email, asked for them for the link to what's it called, to pay it. I have university today, so I'm like, yeah, we ball. I'm gonna go to university anyways, and I'm praying over it before I head off. Yeah, and before I start getting ready for uni, bro. This note that I have, hold on. Where was I keeping it? I'm not gonna edit this video, by the way. This is raw. So my friend, she made a jar. I think I went over it in the previous video, but I'll go over it again. My friend made me a jar. It was a Christmas present and / birthday present. And in this jar, I don't know if you can read that, but it says, read me when. Angry, upset, anxious, grateful. And these are all individually Bible verses for me to be reading for each emotion. I was anxious this morning regarding this matter, so I drew this one out. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. This is a verse that throughout this month has been carrying me, because I know that throughout all the stresses that I'm going through, this verse right here, throughout all the stresses that I'm going through, God has a plan for me. God, He's not going to let me go into financial ruin or anything like that. I know I'm good with God. That's one thing. So on top of that, I still get God telling me to go to Philippians 4:6, 4:7, both of them. I'll read it out now. I'm sure you should have this bookmarked here. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made unto God. And the peace of God which passes all understanding shall keep your heart and mind through Christ Jesus. This is Philippians 4:7, right? And I felt God saying, read that, right? Don't worry about the payments. I read it, I'm like, okay, fine. I ask God to ease my heart regarding this, help me deal with this. I heard God telling me, give away all of your money today, right? Split it to make sure you can give enough for your mum to pay her rent. Split it so you can pay for your parking, right? And the remaining amount, and this is what really got me, the remaining amount that you'll have left after those two, I still want you to give that away. I want you to have no more money by the time you've given away money today. I'm like, yo, God, all of it. And he's like, yep, all of it. Run that cash. And I'm like, yo, even nothing, like 0 cents to my name. He's like, yep, give away all of your money today. I get that feeling. That's just the inclination I get. It's just a feeling. I've been more in tune with God in the last few weeks and months. So when things like this, when I hear things like this, I know for a fact it's from Him. And I know when praying about it and confirming it, whether it's from Him, I can get that feeling that it's Him telling me and Him talking to me in this way. So I'm like, where am I even going to give away the rest of that money? I was like, yeah, and I initially get the thought to just give it to church, like, offer your tithing to church, offer it as tithing to church. And I'm like, oh, fairs, man. Okay, fine. Before I leave for university, I transfer my mum the money, which is £600 for £670. Yeah, like I said earlier, I was only able to give her £670, yes, because transferring the money from my credit card to my bank card is through an app called Wise, and Wise charges you a certain percent for actually transferring money. So it went down from 670 to 640. This was on top. This was on top of my current bank account. I had money of my own, right? That I still had £40 to my name. Mind you, oh gosh. I got charged. Like, I had more money than this. I had like 100 and something to my name. Yeah. I got charged overnight for. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can see it. My Barclays is tripping right now, saying I'm on a jailbroken device when I'm not. Let me see these charges, bro, because this was insane. I woke up, I was fuming. I was like, yo! Like, what? Where did these charges come from? Let me go through it right now. Google Workshop Happy, £68. I'm like, where did that come from? How did that happen? What's going on here? But I don't stress about it. I'm like, okay, fine. Why did I just get charged £70 out of nowhere? I don't know. When I woke up, I saw, I was like, yo, so I won't even have money left over like that, even after I give all the money away. And like, God's like, yep, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I gave my mum £674 in total because after that charge, um I only had about £40, £30, £40 left in my account. So on top of the money that I transferred from my credit card, that's just what I gave my mum. I had zero left, right? And in my savings, that was good enough for her. She was like, okay, fine, thank you. And out of my savings, I had £215 left out of my savings. Now the parking was £206. So I had, after paying that, I paid my parking during university. After I pay my mum, I go to university. I go to my lecture. After my lecture finishes, yeah, this is the strange thing. During this lecture, I managed to also do a trade, right? And I also managed to hit a trade. There's not a trade. It's back testing. It's not live testing even. It's just back testing. I'm like, yes, nice. After this year, I get a feeling just to go to the library. I don't know why, because I could have just headed home after my lecture. There's another lecture on, but honestly, I don't go to that lecture because I already understand. I need to book my attendance for that. I'm not a very great student, right? I'm kind of lazy in the sense of this second lecture isn't anything that I'll be doing. I'd rather spend the time doing my assignment work, which is also why I came home and probably why I thought I should go to the library instead so I should do assignment work. I didn't do any assignment work there. I'm gonna make sure I get started on this assignment because I just want to get it overdone with. Work for everything. There's a verse out there which is do everything as if you're doing it for God. I want to do that with my study. That's something I'm praying for. Regardless, let me get back to this insane story because I even got to like the major crazy part of this yet, which I'm approaching. And you're already watching, it's like, yo, where is this guy going with the story? I've been 12 minutes here. 12 minutes, 27 seconds. I'm like, what's going on? Sorry, let me get to the point. In this library, I get the link to be able to pay for the parking, which is £206. I'm like, cool, that's the rest of my money. I don't even know this, but I have £7.77 left in my account after I do that. And that's £770 in my main account. No money in my savings left. No money in my credit card left. Just £7.77. And I'm still getting the feeling, but after that, I know I have money left, not £7.77, but I still getting the feeling from God, give it away. You need to give it away. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. And I get the thought, okay, let me go home. Let me see if I can give it to the church somehow. Let me see if I can call them or give them an email to ask for details to send money in. So like, cool. I spent an hour in the library paying this, and like, I could have easily just gone home to do it, but come here to do it. But God was just telling me, go to the library. I spent roughly an hour in the library before it's about time. I was like, okay, fine, let me just head back now. Let me just go back to my accommodation and get this assignment started. My goodness. I'm walking back from and I can get into so specific, like, the way this works, bro, like, I don't even take, like, the normal routes out of what I could, God is crazy, bro. God works so mysteriously. I walk up the stairs. There's stairs that head out. Okay, so I'm gonna make this so simple. Imagine that there's point A to leave my university and start walking home. I'll always go through point A. Let's say that the default way I would have gone to go there is point B, for example. Point B, I usually walk, if I'm leaving the library, there's 9 times out of 10, I'll probably take point B to get to point A. Point C is almost going like this and up some stairs, and it will take me it actually take me more time to go through point C than to walk to point B, if that makes sense, to get to point A. But for some reason I say go. I'm just getting my inclination just to go up the stairs and walk to take that extra steps or whatever. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess the extra steps. God is leading my steps in this very moment, because if I probably took that other point, I might not have come across this dude I'm about to say. I'm walking out of the uni. and I come across this guy. This guy walks out to me. I'm roughly aware I'm talking about point A. As I'm leaving university, this guy walks up to me and he introduces. He's like, "Yo, excuse me, excuse me." I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And he introduces himself. He's okay, and he's like, he asked me what my name is. I say my name is Joshua. He's like, "Oh, like Anthony Joshua the boxer." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, he's a good boxer. I'm wishing him well." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." Uh, and he gets straight to the point. He asked me, "I'm trying to gather £100 to." I'm trying to gather £100 to pay for supplies and work things for just for work and just for like for maybe he's a student, maybe he has work where he needs equipment like pencils and like all of this like drawing stuff, like he's like he needs money for to help with that. And I could tell like he's needy, like he wouldn't have had the money regardless. I don't know why this. I wasn't trying to judge. I was just like from his appearance and like how he was and how he was asking. I could tell that it was genuine and he would have needed the money, which is why in my like spiritual discernment, it's something I pray for as well. So if this was something where I was like, ooh, dodgy, like should I go and buy you something instead? And like I would have got that feeling, but I didn't. I got the genuine feeling just to give him the money. And it wasn't just to give him money, it was to give him the rest of my money. £7. I checked my account and like £7.77. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm like, okay. Like I have no resistance whatsoever about giving him any money. Like I'm like, okay, I've heard you out. I'm like, cool, I'll give you some money. He pulls out his Monzo card. He's like, all right, can I tell you my name and my details? I give it. This guy knows his sort code and account number off by heart. I'm like, yo, I'm impressed, but this guy. As I pull out my phone, I'm like, okay, yo, I'll give you some money. I'll see what I can. I'll see how much I have because I've been, 3 hours today. I've been there. This guy, as I'm pulling out my Barclays app to put in his details and ask him, just what his details are. This guy says, "Don't worry, God is gonna pay you back 10 times this tithing that you're doing right now." I'm like, I'm looking at my phone. I was like, what did you just say to me? Like genuinely, I'm like, what did you just say to me? And like, yo, I can't hold in my joy sharing this, and I can't hold in my excitement sharing this. This is the most expressive I've been discussing an encounter I've had because this guy. After everything I went through today and this morning regarding God telling me to give away my money and like all of this, to run into someone who told me that. And I asked him, "Are you Christian?" And he said, "Yes, I'm a Christian." I said, "Yes, me too." And I start laughing out loud. And I tell him about today. There's been so much things I've had to pay for, and I could really feel God telling me, "Give away the rest of your money." And I was wondering what to do with the rest of the money I had. And you just come here and ask for some money to pay for supplies and whatnot. And I'm like, yo, he's I don't know, he's not considerably older than me, but I'm assuming he's probably like mid to late 30s, maybe early 30s, maybe. And yeah, he looked needy for it, and I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. I'm forgetting to even like remember the conversation. I don't know what's going on there, but like I can just tell like he was very grateful, and he was like, oh my goodness, I'm so thank you so much. And we're talking about it. Is like, I can't even remember the rest of the conversation. Like it's blanking from my mind. But he gives me his details. I pay the rest of the money. I have £7.77. I don't know the significance of that number. Why I had that amount left specifically. I don't think it's that deep. But I give him that amount of money, and he's like, "Oh my God, God bless you, bro. Thank you so much." And I'm like, "Let me pray for you." And he's like, "Can I pray for you as well?" So we hold it. He's wearing gloves. I hold his hand like this, and we start praying. We both start praying at the same time and start praying like. No, his name is Stefan. So Stefan, if you're out there watching this, bro, in the future because I'll get into what I'm gathering from this story. This video might even be 30-40 minutes long, but we're praying for each other. I pray. I thank God. I'm like, Lord, thank you for bringing Stephen into my life. I pray that you continue to help him in life and carry him through. I pray that you help him with his goals and his ambitions. And he's like, I'll pray for your goals and ambitions too. And like, it's so wholesome what happened. And we finished praying. I'm like, yo, God bless you, bro. Honestly, I hope you it all works well. I hope everything works well. And we just walk off from that. And I'm like, what just happened? What kind of encounter, considering my circumstances, is this? And I'm walking, I'm happy. I have no money left. I have nothing left, bro. Shout out Ian Beale. I got nothing left. I have nothing left, bro. Like in my account, I have the zero left in my savings, zero left in my current account, zero left in my credit account. I couldn't even spend money if I wanted to, right? Even if I wanted to disobey everything, I couldn't even, bro. I have nothing, no cash in my wallet either. Maybe a few coins. Let me see if I even have a few coins in my wallet right now. I don't even. I think I do have a few coins to be fair. Nah, not even. No, nothing, bro. No coins in there, right? No notes, no cash, zero, nothing. This is just a card, right? And I have nothing left to my name, but I'm good. I don't feel stressed about it because God is in control of my life, bro, and He knows my heart, bro. He knows that I'm saving up for a funded account, but I'm trying to make it in trading. That's why I have this channel. I'm trying to pull people closer to God and trading as well. And thank God I have my job. Hopefully I get some hours this week. I'll be able to continue saving up as usual. But I really feel like God's used today as like something for me to talk about, something for me to actually to I don't know. I don't know if it's that for so I can actually share this story so people watching this, because I'm so convinced that I'm going to make it in trading. I'm so convinced that I'm going to be able to share trading with people, show them how they can do it through this channel whilst bringing them closer to God. And this is just another testimony and another story which will help in that. This is going to be one of the most like pivotal moments today in my life, because it showed that when God told me to give away everything and follow Him, same way that Jesus told the young wealthy guy. I wasn't wealthy, but this guy was wealthy in the Bible. I forgot what verses it is, but Jesus tells this guy, give away everything you have and follow me. God told me essentially today, give away everything you have and continue to follow me. I've been so locked in with Jesus. I've been so locked in with God in the last few weeks and months, especially after this weekend as well. But I could just feel like it was the same thing. Like this is the crazy thing. I was even going, the only reason why I remember that story is because I thought about it yesterday. And I read about it, I checked out what's the verses, I've already forgotten. But God put it on my mind, that story. I didn't know why, but I just saw this, I just like, oh wow, that's a nice thing. You know, God told this guy just to give away everything you have and follow it. It's a nice story. It's a nice thing to apply to my life. Very next day, I'm in the same situation. Oh my goodness. God, what are you doing? Like, you see this ring here? This ring is just God, bro. It just helps me point. It just helps me know where my faith lies. And oh man, I hope that I sincerely hope that this channel is able to continue growing exponentially and continue to inspire people. And when I make it in trading, I want it to be a point where I'm not just known for trading. I'm just known for the influence I'm able to have in terms of bringing people to God, showing people that God is real through testimonies like this and through stories like this and through my success in trading and through the inspiration I'll be able to bring forward for whatever it is I have planned. I was even thinking about, I still want to do charity football match. I just imagine such daydreams I have about scoring in a charity football match, the Simon charity football match, and like, you know, celebrating, pointing to God, just saying that this is the glory. I even plan out the celebration. I'm like, yo. And that's Jesus loves you in sign language. Like, I can imagine myself, like, the influence that I want to have and bringing people closer to God is so crazy. And it's just, oh man, I can go into this for ages, bro. But God is so good, man. I have zero, I can prove it, man. I took screenshots of all three on my accounts, but I have nothing left. Ian Beale. Shout out Ian Beale. £0 left there. Oh, wait, mate. I might need to cut that out because that shows my bank details. But trust me when I say I have nothing, bro. I literally have nothing in my account. But I'm so good. God is good. Right? And I don't even know when next I'm going to get paid. Like, for all I know, I could get no hours this week. I'm going to message my boss and ask. But for all, you know, you could be like, yo, Josh, you know, no hours this week. All of a sudden, I'm not getting paid again. But I'm good. I'm content. I'm going to, you know, after this, I'm just going to cook some food that I do have left. I'm going to eat. I'm going to sort out my assignment work as well, get a good start on these assignments. And I'm just chilling, bro. Thanking God. Praising God. I want this to be a very pivotal video and this is going to be a pivotal experience. I'm going to make sure I remember this. This is also a way I'm documenting this for myself so I can remember what exactly happened this day. and why it's so significant. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to tell the story of this day to in the future when I'm much more prosperous, and when the money on trader is finally rolled in and all of this stuff. I'm gonna be able to say, today is the day Jesus told me to give away all the money that I had, even though I was saving up, even though I was trying to make it in trading and invest money, even though I had all of these stresses and finances. This is the day that Jesus told me to give away everything I have, all the money I have left, to give it away. Even not even leaving any for myself, mind you. This is the day that he told me to do that. I obeyed him and I was still good. I still had faith that I was going to make it in trading. I still had faith I was going to be prosperous and successful because he promised me. If you watched videos in the previous, I've had it, encounters with Jesus, and I've had him telling me, you're going to be prosperous this year. I asked how. Trading. And trading is going to work out this year. I'm fully convinced of that. Today hasn't changed that whatsoever. So, God bless, man. God is so good, truly. Like, this is one of the craziest encounters I've ever had regarding God, bro. Like, this one, and God bless Stephen, bro. Out there, I don't know. For all I know, Stephen could be an angel, bro. Like, real talk, real talk. I don't even remember this brother's face too well now. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know what's going on there. But if he's real, if he's genuinely, if he is angel, bro. But if he's actually a person out there who's living life, who's struggling like me, who's out there, God bless you, bro. Truly, I hope that £7.77. I know you're trying to save up for 100. I pray that you're able to gather money and able to buy those stuff for you. I pray that you're able to be, successful in all that you do. And bro, man, this is, I'm not, I could go and say, I'm not gonna waste any more time, but I wanted to share this story from today. I couldn't wait. And God bless, man. God is real, bro. If there's anything you're taking from this video, God is real. God is looking out for you, even in the times where he's asking for more and more from you. Even at times when you're anxious, continue to obey him, because I'm fully convinced that because I was, and this isn't coming from a place of like, oh, I gave, so I'm now expecting God to give me back. No. I gave with willfully, out of my own choice. I could have like easily gone like today being like, I hear God telling me to give away my money, but like, no, I still want to keep that £7 so I can go and buy like some food after university. And like, I could like cut back on how much I'm giving mum. I could like push the payment to, I could like continue to ignore the emails for the rent and pay it another day and still keep my money. But I just felt God telling me and I obeyed. Give the rest of your money away, right? Just everything you have. And I'm so convinced, like I said, I'm so convinced that God has used this in a lesson to it's also to see if I'd obey him, and I did. And I'm sure that eventually in due time I'll be rewarded for my obedience. I'll be rewarded for my patience, and throughout this tough time, this tough month of January where it's been like, damn, I have no finances, like I'm stressing when it comes to money and things like that. God has had me all throughout this time. So take from this video, God is real, bro. God actively works in life, and he's looking out for you, man. God bless.